Okay, welcome back to the morning version of lesson number 87. We're going to keep it really simple here. I will there be light. It's so simple. It doesn't seem easy, but there's nothing more natural than accepting the miracle for ourselves. So just sit easy, lean against the wall, sit in a chair, whatever's nice and easy for you. Let's just sit, kind of in this classic seated meditation shape. Close your eyes, rest into your bones. I will there be light. I will use the power of my will today. It is not my will to grope about in darkness, fearful of shadows and afraid of things unseen and unreal. Light shall be my guide today. I will follow it where it leads me, and I will look only on what it shows me. This day I will experience the peace of true perception. I will there be light. You know, another way of saying that, I will a happy day. I will a happy day where I get out of my own way. I will there be light. If you need to make any adjustments to make the shape more comfortable, more grounded, just have that little adjustment now. I'm going to read the paragraph again. Lots of space. I will there be light. I will let the light come through. I will use the power of my will today. It is not my will to grope about in darkness, fearful of shadows and afraid of things unseen and unreal. Light shall be my guide today. I will follow it where it leads me, and I will look only on what it shows me. This day I will experience the peace of true perception. It's very affirmative. We're not afraid of the circumstances. We're not afraid of the things that we perceive. We give them fearful meaning. I will there be light. And here are some helpful applications. This cannot hide the light I will to see. Reminds me of the lesson, I can see peace instead of this. This cannot hide the light I will to see. Number 2, you stand with me in light. And then name someone, name a situation, name a person. You stand with me in light. I want to see the light in you. Therefore, I'll see it in myself. And here's a good one. In the light, this will look different. Oh, yeah. As an outer expression of our inner will to see the light, bring your hands to your heart. Words don't need to describe it. We don't need to even talk about it. We just need to want the light. Namaste. Have a happy day. Was it worth it?
It was.
Okay. Didn't mess up your plans? We are with the evening meditation for lesson number 87. It's part 2. It's a reference to lesson number 74, which is, there is no will but God's. And I thought for a second here, I would just go back and read a few of the ideas in succession so you can get a feel for the continuity. Just close your eyes here, and I'll just go back a few and read. Just close your eyes and feel into the ideas. My grievances hide the light of the world in me. My salvation comes from me. Only God's plan for salvation will work. And holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. I will there be light. And tonight's idea, there is no will but God's. That's what we want to tune into. It's always speaking to us. It's always there. We just don't hear it because the thoughts of the ego, the thoughts of fear, guilt, grievances, which is the catch-all for all those kinds of thoughts and feelings and emotions, grievances is a catch-all that hides God's voice. So today we'll start with your legs up on the wall and your head on the bolster. You might inch in a tiny bit closer than usual, only because it's always easier to adjust back than it is to scoot in once you're up. Pelvis has to be on the floor, the knees need to be straight without too much effort. Good. And then we'll cross the right knee all the way over the left knee. Just let your heel drop down by your hip. And then slowly bend the left knee. So the left knee bends, the left foot slides down the wall. Yeah. And if you look at Lisa's shape here, she is coming to the stopping point well before her left knee gets to be 90 degrees, but her foot is flat on the wall, her pelvis is flat on the floor. And then there's this receptivity. We're just waiting for the tissues in the right hip to adapt and adjust. Some of you, a more flexibly oriented person, will be all the way to the wall. They'll be deep in the shape and there still won't be much sensation. That's okay. We're not seeking sensation. We're seeking and we're finding peace because we know where to look. That's the yoga. Now you may opt to take hold of the foot there on your left, or the shin or the ankle. A little bit of downward weight with the hand brings a unique releasing sensation into the right hip. Apply no more than necessary. Feel your body relaxing, feel your head heavy. And I'll read to you here a little bit. There is no will but God's. I am safe today because there is no will but God's. I can become afraid only when I believe there is another will. I try to attack only when I am afraid, and only when I try to attack can I believe that my eternal safety is threatened. Today I will recognize that all this has not occurred. I am safe because there is no will but God's. So here's a little message that came through to me. The ego wishes, the Holy Spirit wills. How often do we say, I wish this, I wish that, I just wish that blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a hypothetical situation in a world that doesn't exist. So we stop wishing and we start allowing God's will to come through. Happy and whole and perfectly guided. All right, now gently release your foot, rest your arm at your side. Extend the left leg up and the right leg up. And then cross the left thigh over the right. Let the heel drop down. Yeah. Once it's inched down as far as it'll go without too much effort, then you start to bend the right knee. The right knee catches the left. See, and sometimes the sensation is just right here. You don't even need to think about taking hold of your leg or your ankle, but you might if it feels helpful. See if there were, say, sciatic pain in your leg or back pain or some physical reason you're coming to this practice. It's typical to say, oh, I wish I didn't have this back pain. So we can begin to replace that with something truly healing and truly helpful is there is no will but God's. The ego wishes, the Holy Spirit wills. I am safe today, tonight, because there is no will but God's. No matter what seems to be going on around me, I am at home, resting in God's hands, because I am spirit. I can become afraid only when I believe there is another will, or wish, or belief. I try to attack only when I am afraid. And only when I try to attack can I believe that my eternal safety is threatened. Because we're only attacking, quote unquote, shadows in a dream. That's why the word try is there. We really aren't attacking anything, but we desperately try to get rid of the pain that comes with egoic thought. Today I will recognize that all this has not occurred. I am safe because there is no will but God's. So these words, these sentences really address the metaphysical. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. And therein lies the peace of God. Gently slide your leg up. Release your left leg. Then slide the right leg up. Release your heels up on the wall. And then bend your knees and push yourself back. Stretch your legs out. And then bring your hands to the bolster and slowly push the bolster away. Yeah, just push it away toward the wall behind you. Have your hands under if doable. It's okay to have them on top. It's okay to not even have them supported. They could be in the air a little bit. Lift your chin, throat airway nice and open. And then with your eyes closed, just feel this reaching quality. As you bring your legs online, you reach to the heels, you straighten the knees. You could even squeeze your legs together. Some of you might start to bring the hands and arms a little closer, working into the restriction in the shoulder a bit. That's it. Press the low back toward the floor, squeeze the tailbone toward the wall. Yeah. Make it sustainable. Don't have to maximize your effort. Stay with it. Strong active legs, open the soles of the feet. Tone the belly and move a little bit bigger breaths up into the rib cage. Just feel the movement of the ribs. Nothing forceful, nothing demanding, nothing manipulative. And then rest, less effort. Slowly turn the volume down. Let the shape be more passive. And rest into the will of God, which would just be a soundless song of love. The still, quiet voice is waiting to be heard. And then float your arms down slowly by your sides. Yeah. Palms up toward the ceiling. It says, these are some useful forms of this idea for specific applications. Let me perceive this situation in accordance with the will of God. It is God's will. You are his son, fill in the blank, and mine as well. Now there's seeing the light and love in another. Remember the lesson where it asks us to identify a certain person that we are holding separate or holding a grievance or judgment. There's a line in the text that says, beware the temptation to perceive yourself unfairly treated. Maybe there's a situation where you felt unfairly treated by someone. And here we can apply this line. It is God's will. You are his son. And mine as well. We share the same sonship. We share the same love and light. This is God's will for me, however I may see it. And when you're ready, roll onto one side. Push yourself up. Tuck yourself into bed. Or have a nice seat, a comfortable seat. As an outer expression of today's idea, there is no will but God's. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste.